So, today's video is going to be very authentic in the sense that I am not going to be reading from a script. I have just been thinking of something recently. For the past 4 years, I have been consuming a lot of personal finance content, and I can't help but think all these people that I listen to, do they have their finances figured out? Like, do they ever go broke? Because it's a very interesting topic we're talking about today. How can you feel rich when you're low on cash or when you're broke, as most people would call it? And I imagine, like, do they ever go broke? Because I have never seen anyone talk about it. Obviously, people go low on cash, but do they ever go broke? And even talking about broke, I know you can relate. I am sure you can relate. Don't lie to yourself. Um, what is being broke even? Like, how would you define broke? Because okay, let's check. Let's confirm with Google. What does Google define broke to be? Google defines broke to as having completely run out of money. Another person I like to check in with is one of my best friends, Mr. Dictionary. So English Dictionary defines it as being financially ruined, 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 ruined. Okay, you get what I'm trying to say. Bankrupt or without any money. Now, these two definitions, they sound similar. I don't know what it is to you. What would you define as broke? Please drop it in the comment section.
Well, for me, being broke is like not having, the kind of money. In fact, I have met people that make millions. In fact, that have millions currently at their disposal to use the way they want, and they feel like they are broke because they are used to X amount of money. I know people who are asset rich and cash poor. So, dependent on all of these factors, what would you define being broke to be? In fact, me at this point in my life, I no longer say I'm broke. If you ask me for money I don't have, I would just say I'm low on cash because I'm a child of God, and a child of God is never broke. When I am low on cash, there's a lot that happens with me. I'm moody, I lack motivation, my space isn't always clean. It's not sparkling clean. It's clean, but it's not sparkling clean. I pull away from people, and a bunch of other stuff just happens with me. And personally, I think I'm a really weird person. That's how I feel though. So this is not an advice. Everything that I'm going to be saying in this video is unique to me. It's just how I make myself feel rich when I'm low on cash. So if you think you want to try it and see if it works for you, then by all means you can do that. But obviously this is not a serious video. The first thing I do when I'm low on cash is that I hallucinate. If you can see my mind when I'm low on cash, oh god, it's so beautiful. It's the most beautiful it can be because I am hallucinating about my future. I'm hallucinating about all the things that make me happy. My dream home, my dream life that is full and rich, like just a bunch of things. I hallucinate. I'm just in my own bubble. I can't be bothered. Like I used to worry a lot too. Anybody that knows me knows that I worry, but these days I am so pleased with myself on how unbothered I am becoming regarding certain things. So the first thing I do is I hallucinate. The second thing I do is I calculate. What I mean by calculate is that I go to my investment calculator, which is one of my best friends, and I begin to type. I impute, okay, this is what I've saved. What would this get me in 10 years? What would this get me in 20 years? Or I impute, this is the X amount of money I want to save in 5 years. And if I do it, what will it give me in 5 years? Like it's just a whole lot that is happening there. And as it's going on, I feel like a madam because it's funny, but it's the truth. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm no longer focused on being low on cash at the moment. That's what I'm seeing. So nobody can tell me otherwise. As I'm calculating it, I'm thinking of certain things, and it's just how beautiful my life is in the future. That it's what I've created for myself. Nobody can tell me otherwise. The next thing I do is that I remind myself of the things I'm grateful for. Um, when you can't have access to the amount of money you want, what else do you look at? I look at being blessed with good family that would show up for you. I look at being blessed with good health. I look at being blessed with a good partner. I look at being blessed with amazing friends. Just all of these things that are not monetary. All of these things that money cannot necessarily give you. I focus on that. The next thing is that I gravitate towards bizarre things. And this is funny. I don't know but I have just been conscious of the fact that this is a pattern. When I'm low on cash and I want to now go into that self-absorbed mode, I just begin to see things that I don't know if it's God telling my mind to shut up, like you're not going through anything, be grateful. I don't know, but this is something that happens with me. I could just be on transit and literally I would see somebody going through, maybe somebody that does not have legs, or somebody that has maybe a skin condition that looks unbearable, that sort of thing. Like I just see things. Sometimes even online, I would see children suffering, and I'm like, okay, okay, God, I hear you. It's just like all the things that makes me feel or know for a fact that, oh, Benny, you're not going through anything. Have you seen what people are going through? That sort of thing. The next thing is that I accept help. Accepting help or even asking for help has been one of my biggest struggles. And it's because of a bunch of things that I associate accepting help with, but I am now open to it, and I now see it as being blessed with people, being rich rather, with people that are willing to come through for you when you're in need. That's one way that I feel very rich. If I'm in need and I call somebody and in maybe 2-3 minutes I'm seeing that amount, I'm like, oh, I'm so blessed. I'm so rich to have people that I can count on. The last thing that I do, and now people might say that is so unhealthy, I don't care. Even when I'm not low on cash, but I do this, it happens more when I'm low on cash. I am so focused on death. I don't know why, but it's something that just happens. I just feel like life is a privilege. It's an opportunity. It's a gift that has been given to me. So if I am being so emphatic on low on cash, it's like wasting the precious time God has given to me. To be serious, I am so rich with life. When I say rich, I mean rich. Like I am in good health. In good health. And I can't take that for granted. I could never possibly take that for granted. And being so rich with life just makes you appreciate life more. It just makes you know that, okay, there is a journey ahead of you and this is not the end of the world. These are the 5 simple ways that I make myself feel rich when I'm low on cash. And before you know it, cash has come. Like I said earlier, it's not an advice. And I really want to know those days when, like you call it, maybe you're broke or you don't have, or you're not disposed to the certain amount of money you usually see. What do you do? How do you get over it? How do you get over that period of time? Drop it in the comments. Maybe I'll see something that I will add to these 5.